Hello, one and all. 'Tis I, Vegeta FH1. So, here we are again, doing videos. And I am now playing, as you can see down the bottom right, a game called Neverwinter. Published by the company Perfect World, and developed by a company called Crytek? No, not Crytek. Yes, Crytek made Neverwinter, because you know they're all futuristic and stuff, and this is all fantasy and D&D. Yeah, does that make sense? Cryptic made Neverwinter. So this comes from the Dungeons and Dragons universe. Anybody who has played games like Baldur's Gate or hell, even DDO, you kind of need to play this game. Like Neverwinter Nights is a perfect example. This is not Neverwinter Nights. I got confused at that the first time I played. Neverwinter Nights is a game I used to play, asymmetrical, D2-ish. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but it is D2-ish. Now, Neverwinter is a mixture of a lot of games. One would definitely be sort of Vindictus-ish. And I'd throw a little bit of World of Warcraft in there just for safe measure. It's also a lot like Dark Age of Camelot, oddly enough. And there's a few mechanics thrown in there from Age of Reckoning. Only a few. Not enough to ruin the game, thankfully. So, here we are. You can see me waving. This is one dance of many. Now, there's a lot of things in this game that are very new. And I'm not... okay, they're not new, they're rehashed, yes. And the way they're pulled off is slightly innovative. Enough to call it new, but it's not a new mechanic, if you know what I mean. Like, you can throw Guild Wars 2 and even EVE Online a little bit into this. EVE only so much as part of the auction house system and the currency exchanges and stuff like that. I'll get to that. But this is my character. He is a half-orc guardian fighter, and he looks silly while he's doing that. Yeah, he really does. Let's get him to stop. Now, this game is currently in beta. It's open beta, so anybody's able to join whenever the hell you please. Go to perfectworld.com, go to the games section, and down the bottom-ish place is Neverwinter. It is a free-to-play game. You do not need to pay for the client. You do not need to pay for a subscription. It is, however, slightly pay to win. And only slightly. And the only reason I say that is because there's gear that is not purchasable without the Perfect World currency, which is Zen. Or Zin, or however you want to say it. It's Z-E-N. There you go. I'll just call it Zen. Those things, like, okay, they're not major issues. Like, let's say the giant spider mount, which you need to pay $200 for. Not €200, $200. And that is for the hero of... is it Hero of the Day? It's a Founders package anyway. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But, needless to say, I did not buy that. Though, I will say that the mount, even though I'm scared of spiders, does look pretty damn awesome. Hopefully I'll be able to spot someone with it around town. But, speaking of town, let's take a look. It's actually really nice, isn't it? It's classic. It's whatever way their model builders, their devs worked on like the structures and stuff. It looks a bit not quite medieval, but slightly Roman, but also set in a fantasy way, if that makes any sense to you at all. Like, just the way that the things are laid out and the textures, and it looks lush. Like, okay, even the water in the fountain. Yeah, it's a game, it's not going to be perfect. But it does look like a water fountain, not a big blocky pile of mess. Though it is technically made of blocks. Everything inside this city has a purpose. There's not some random corner off in the city that just nobody goes to and it doesn't mean anything, it just sits there. Everything inside this city has a purpose. Now, you might notice like there's a bird over there. Well, technically a phoenix. Now, you can have companions. You can have mounts. Technically, I'm not quite sure if you can have pets, as in non-combat pets. But I'm only level, what, 25, 26? So I haven't been playing all that long. I think I've been playing roughly about 24 hours. Now, the thing you gotta note about this city is that it's quite big. And by big, I mean not only are the buildings actually large, but the city map is sizable, to say the least. It's nicely paced. It's not a complete wreck to head to run around town, because as you can see, you can't have your mount out as the nutter jumps over several walls. I just jumped over you. Okay then. Apparently those guards are made of steel. Perfect World and Cryptic aren't, at least they don't come across to me as the type of company that's going to restrict you from doing everything. I think I'll just hold off from going that way just for the moment. Now, it's a nice city. It's not too cramped. It's not too large. There is areas for guilds to gather. There is like the marketplace, which is the building over there, which I ran past with the yellow and orange walls. Your mount kind of steeds and other animals of mobility. Then of course you have the obligatory part where it's just nice and calm, and that's pretty much down here. And people actually do come down here. They do come down, they sit around and have a chat. Now I'm not talking RP, I'm actually talking have like a genuine chat. I've seen it several times. And I've only been here, what, 24 hours? Now, that place up there is the only place I have not been to in this city. The floating castle. We'll just call it Castlevania. There you go, said it. It's Castlevania. So, in around here, this is another little area. It's the auction area. Now, they're all players down there, obviously. There's the two NPCs, one there and one here. They're both auctioneers. The only thing I have a tiny gripe about, and I can understand why they implemented it, but it's still annoying. Every time you buy something off the auction house, you have to come over here to your postal person, wherever the fuck he's standing. I think that's him there, and you have to click on him and grab your item out. That said, you can read mail without being beside him. You can't take things out of mail, but you can read the mail. So if it's from a friend or whatever, it's grand. You have your banks over here. Personal bank there, guild bank there. Don't know why he's standing out like an idiot, but whatever. See, every corner of this place is used. It took me a while to learn this map. I just hope they don't bloody change it. Was that Sage's way? A lot of people come up this way as well. Not as many. But I'm now getting into a part that I am going to love to show you. This is where I stopped and turned around before. This place is just below the Hall of Justice. Yes, I know. It's a daft name. I wish they'd change it, but whatever. Now, isn't that just gorgeous? Yeah, other than the fact there's a bajillion players. But that just looks nice to me. As one flashes right beside my screen. Thank you very much. The altar of thingy innovation? Incubation? That. Now I can only do that once an hour. But whatever. It just looked nice. The only thing I would have to gripe about this little area is this giant fucking statue. It just blocks your vision of the entire city. Go up these stairs and I'll show you a proper look. Hall of Justice, West. Now. That's huge, isn't it? That it's actually... Okay. It's not all accessible. But... No, wait. It actually is. Because that's the clock tower. That's not the clock tower. Where's the clock tower? There's the clock tower. Fucking hell. Oh, wait. No. That is the clock tower. Yeah. I hear the bells. But I could be here for a while. Actually, I wonder if this will work. No, I'd have to take it off in spec mode, which I'm not going to. Not for a little bit, anyway. Yes, there is some bugs, of course. It's open beta. Shit will happen, folks. Whoa, stuck in a tree. Fiddler's Path. Now, there are 3 exits, 4 exits, 5 exits to the city. That's one of them. Now, you gain access to the outside world by axing. Yeah, axing. By accessing, also lag issues, accessing any of the 5 exit points. they can all lead you into the same exact place. So you have nothing to worry about there. This game just looks absolutely fucking amazing. I love it. I've only been playing for 24 hours, I'm already hooked. Like, I'm having fun just jumping on things. Yeah, get up. Get, no. Right. Get, no, okay, he's just not wanting to. But Cryptic and Perfect World do not limit you. What I mean by that is, you can pretty much jump on anything. They do not care. Now, of course, there is always in MMOs going to be the obligatory invisible wall, but it's not as bad. Whoa. Okay, that was a little bit iffy. And they don't limit your jump. Thank fuck for that. But the thing I always hated about MMOs, other than the fact that they're so picky about what they can do, I should come up here to record my shit from now on. Booyah, I'm on the fucking roofs, biatch. So yeah, this is the city. This is the main city. I think, at least from what I am aware of, this is the only city in the game, but I could be way off. I could be totally way off. It's just really nice. It's also, because it's set in the D&D universe, you have places like Baldur's Gate, you have Neverwinter, obviously, Dur. But you also have like the Lost Lands and the lore to go along with it. Although they haven't finished quite a bit of the lore, but it's getting there. I think this is going to be my MMO for quite a while. It definitely looks the part, and it most definitely plays the part. Its performance in dungeons, even while recording, okay, I'm sitting on 40, 50, 55 frames. Wow, I wish it would make up its mind. But in dungeons, it's 60 all the time. Even with all spell effects going completely batshit insane, it's still 60. Now, there is, of course, the lag issues. The lag issues are annoying, but they're fixing them. Thankfully. Also, the attacks. Whoa. Server not responding. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't go off the side. Also, it's active blocking. The Guardian Fighter is very much so a skill-based class. Think of it like Vindictus. You have to be facing the target in order to block, in order to attack. This isn't click target, press button, target dies. No. You have to aim, you have to know your shit. You can lock onto the targets. Sort of. I wouldn't exactly call it lock on. Like, I'm doing that now. I'm locking onto that person. But it's It's not a traditional lock. You actually have to have a button pressed down to lock on. Minus control, for some strange reason. But the game itself is sound. It works, it's fun to play, it's a great experience all around. And if you're first time into D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, this is one of those things that you do not need to know any of the lore, any of the background. You don't need to know any bullshit before jumping into the game. All you need to know is, it's a game, it works. Why are you healing, Magnet? Did you fall off something? Anyway, you don't need to know any D&D history or lore or whatever. All you need to know is, it's a game, it's an MMO, jump in, have fun. And it is very kind to having friends around, going in for a laugh, just taking the mick. It's great fun, all around. Now, this is the one place I was mentioning before. It's the main marketplace. You usually have your weapon merchants there, or no, sorry, armor merchants there, weapon merchants there, the auction broker, not the auction house, don't get them mixed up. I did. Supplies, and at all four of the corners you've got seals, or seal merchants. Then that's accessories, I think, and that's potions and kits and stuff like that. Can't remember what she is. I think she's an identification scroll seller or whatever. Yes, there is identification scrolls. Forgot to mention. Just like you find in Diablo, Path of Exile, Torchlight, fucking any kind of asymmetrical dungeon crawler, you have identification scrolls. You didn't have them in World of Warcraft. I think the only MMO I am aware of. Actually, I don't know of any. Vindictus didn't. Well, sort of, but not really. I don't know. No, I can't think of any. It's a unique system to put in an MMO. That's for sure. But I do realize that it's used for a time sink. Not a time sink, a money sink. Huh. Also, the load times are... they're special. Let's put it that way. They have a system inbuilt in the game where during the instance that you're in, if there is like patches that they have to upload, all sorts of weird things that they're just making little itty bitty changes to, then that's a nice dire wolf. Then they will actually implement that tiny patch through the client while you're playing. So you'll be downloading a patch, yeah, you'll notice a little bit of lag here and there, but they're patching the lag, they really are, they're trying. But they have it so if the devs spot something that needs to be changed like on the spot and they can't waste time taking down the servers, they'll fix it there and then and just upload the patch and you'll be downloading it while you're playing. Would have thought I'd be able to climb that. Whatever. All in all, I can't complain about the game. It was also one of the abilities of a control wizard, and that was a fuck ton of lag. Now, for the one point of the game that I have a little bit of a problem with. Can anybody guess what it is? Well, I'll show you.
Do well to seek the favor of the gods.
Is it?
It's that. That is the most horrendous
Invoke your
HUD
patron
I have
deity, and
ever
you shall
seen.
be rewarded.
Now, it's got a classic kind of World of Warcraft-ish theme to it. Okay, you got your radar minimap thing up the top right. You have your quests directly below it. You have your characters, portrait, buffs, debuffs, pets, companions, whatever, up the top left. And you have all your skills and trays and EXP bar and stuff like that down the very bottom. But yes, it may look like that, but it just reminds me too much
to seek the favor of the gods.
Age of Reckoning. I don't know why. No, it does. It looks like Age of Reckoning to me.
You would do
Now,
well
it's
to
more
seek the
World of
favor
Warcraft,
the
yes,
gods.
but whatever way they have it, like, not textured, but filled and coloured and stuff like that, it just shouts Warhammer. I don't know. Maybe it's the fonts they're using, I'm not quite sure. But it's irritating. It is really irritating. Now, having said all that, they are kind enough. Rearrange HUD. But I am not into the game far enough or know it well enough to make the call of where things go. At least not yet. I will, at some point, change all of this. Because it's... even the way the rearrange editor, the HUD thingy looks. It looks like Warhammer. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna fucking verbally bitch slap me for that, but I played that game a lot. I know what it looks like.
Invoke your patron deity, and you shall be rewarded.
I will do it at some point, because it's something I have to do. Yeah, I will do it at some point. But as for right now, negative. I shall not.
Invoke your patron deity,
There
and you
isn't
shall be
really much
rewarded.
else to show. Yes, the water has like these ripples and that looks nice. Also, this guy, he's a prick. I'm going this time. Yeah, I don't quite get it, but yeah, there's a lot to this place, and this is only the freaking city. This isn't like, look at that. That just looked epic. Didn't transport me anywhere. Those are just view orbs. They're strange.
Protector's Enclave needs your help.
Yeah, of course it does. Like for the 50th million tonight. Although I sing this game's praises over and over and over again, I don't know what it there's something small about it that just tickles me the wrong way. And I'm not all that keen on it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the game. There's just something about it.
Welcome to the Shrine of the Gods.
Oh god. Jump. Also, being inside the city heals you. Right, okay. So, now we have that little bit of running around and whatever. Let's show you this. This is your character sheet. Looks pretty basic. Although it does not look it, there is a lot of changes you can do to your character. A hell of a lot. There's like 3 talent trees. There's your basic stats, which are right there, and several other things. Then there's your powers. Aha! What you level up and what you change is totally up to you. Though it does sadly run on a slightly bit of a D3 system, where you have 3 encounters which are technically on cooldown effects that you do. Then you have your 2 at-wills, which are your spammable fucking attacks. And to the left of your encounters you have your class features. You're only led 2 of them. Now, these things would technically be classed as a talent for your class. Like, shield talent increases your guard by 5%. So every time I have my guard up, it increases that. And the one below it is marked targets, now build threat while marked. And you generate 33% more threat while striking them. Now, that also enhanced mark enhances my special power, which is mark. Mark your target. The challenged foe will have lowered damage resistance and you will twice as much threat while striking them. Guarded attacks will not remove your mark. So they're technically ability boosters. They're not changers, if you get what I mean. The ones above them, these are your action point skills. They are your dailies, although they're not really dailies. I don't know why they call them that. But you get 2 of them, and you have a choice of 4 or 5 of them. These 2 every time, at least for a Guardian, this crystal here in the middle, this is your action points count percent. Sure, it reads it right there. Your action points are at 100%. You can use a daily power. Yay! Now, a daily power can be classified as overpowered or a general purpose use. Like for the Trickster Rogue, which I have one, although I'm only testing them out, has an ability called Bloodbath. Essentially what Bloodbath is you run forward, slicing at everything you pass through. And I think it's double damage? Not entirely sure. But it's stealth. Or, no, it's not stealth. It's just dash. So, what you have is... it's sort of like WoW mixed with Warhammer, in the sense that every class has their own ability point condition. Like, you gain one on hit for a Trickster Rogue, and you gain action points with a Guardian for using your special, which is your block, or attacking, or receiving damage, or doing anything. But you have all of that condensed into a small number of abilities, yes, but it forces you to think about what you need at any given time. It's not all about, oh, I have this, and this, so you can't do diddly squat to me. It's, I have this, which counters that, but I can't counter the other thing because I'm missing that other ability that I took out before I begun the PvP match. So, yay. I'm boned. It's very skill-based. You have to think ahead. And if I will and could show you here, view your paths, you can go different paths. You also have feats, which alternate different little things, like increases the armor your encounter and at-will powers do by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10%. They are more talents than feats. Yeah, no, they're more talents than feats. But the Paragons, these would be these. They are advanced talents. Now, I don't actually have any of them because I'm not level 30 yet, but I will get there. And when I do, well damn, something's gonna die. You get a choice of, at least from what I believe, one of 3 paths when you hit level 30. And then you also have the bajillion things you have going on here. So, all in all, you have quite a variety of things you can use to change. And there's also primary, secondary, and tertiary stats. Now, Guardians don't have a tertiary stat because their primary is con. Tertiary would be your constitution for every other class that doesn't use it as a primary or secondary. Because constitution is your health points. It's how many hits before you can die. Or before you do die. This is more... yeah, that's Magnet. My white fox. Well, wolf. So... Yeah, I got to. So at the point I am in the game, I'm gonna have to drop it here and maybe do a few dungeons, get a few videos going, see what people think, and do some PvP and have some cracking fun. Because last time I checked I was topping the board in PvP somehow when I'm a fucking tank. Yeah. This is Neverwinter, folks. This is taken from lore, history, from Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, Lost Lands, blah blah blah. The list goes on. I think, like, there's even a few little bit of twitches of the Elder Scrolls in this game, but I've only noticed them. I haven't actually gone out and searched why the guy's name is Mr. T. Don't need to say anything else other than that. But I haven't gone out looking for those little bits from the Elder Scrolls, but I have noticed them. So over the next couple of days I might... Oh, there's the giant spider. Gotta show you that. It's huge. Get back here, you fecker. Also, mounts. Pretty cool. Look at that mount. Also, yes, there is custom colors. Thank fuck for that. Look at this. Giant freaking spider. And that's actually a very small dark elf. I suppose I should have mentioned this beforehand. There are multiple races, multiple classes, each one having their advantages and disadvantages, as classes do. But as a whole, they are different in so many ways, but similar in also so many ways that a healer can take over for a tank, but not permanently. That said, tanks are supposed to be doing their job. So, yeah. Like, a lot of people will complain and bitch when a tank's not doing their job. I've noticed that already. But I'll actually leave it there and hopefully get a second video up, or hopefully a third, fourth, or fifth, and show off some encounters, skirmishes, PvP, dungeons, lots and lots of other shit. There's a lot to this game. There really is. But I will have to leave it there. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, a little bit of introduction to Neverwinter. I hope any of the information I have set forth has given you a little bit of a help with even starting a character or getting used to the city and what way it's laid out. And I just hope I see us all in game. By the way, there's 3 servers. I'm located on Dragon. I wonder why. But yeah, I shall see us all again. Bye bye.